you very much. Please, gentlemen there. Gentlemen there. Hello. Hello. Please, let me call that man. Are you a Nigerian? Are you a Nigerian? Do you have respect for Nigeria? And you were being told to stand up for the national anthem, you sat down. That's very rude. Disrespectful of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You cannot be in the UK and they'll be singing God Save the Queen and you sit down. The President, Council members, ladies and gentlemen, the Director, and other executive members from Standards Organization of Nigeria, let's go into the business of the day. I'll be sharing the microphone with my colleague, Mrs. Mosumola Samuel. But before I hand over the microphone to her, let me quickly present members of the leadership of the Council here today at this event. We are led by the President, Asiwaju Dr. Michael Olawale Cole, CON. Is supported by the Deputy President, Mr. Gabriel Idahosa, FCA. Then we have the Vice President and Chairman of the Trade Promotion Board, Engineer Leye Kupolui. We also have the Director, Marketing, Communication and Protocol of the Trade Promotion Board, Mrs. Victoria Onofokon Obadino. Mrs. Mosumola Samuel will introduce the leadership of SOL.
Thank you so much, Mr. Balogun. I would like to appreciate the presence of the Director General Standards Organization, Malam Farouk Salim, ably represented by Engineer Felix Inyado. Please let me give him a round of applause. I also want to recognize the presence of the Director of Marketing Services of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, Engineer Richard Adewumi. You are welcome, sir. Also, I would like to recognize the landlord of Sun, which is the Lagos State Office of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, Alashi Benjamin. Please, you are welcome. We want to recognize our LCCI, our host. We want to sincerely thank you, sirs, starting from the LCCI President, Mr. Michael Olawale. Thank you, sir. The Deputy President, Mr. Idahosa, thank you so much. The Vice President, Trade Promotion, and Chairman Trade Promotion, Engineer Leye Kupolui, thank you so much, sir. We can't appreciate you enough, Mrs. Victoria. You're our partner now and our friend. We have a lot together. Please let us appreciate our stakeholders. The reason why we are Standards Organization of Nigeria, because we have this country listening to us, sharing us, teaching us, always pointing out those areas of improvement and our great country, Nigeria. Every participant here today, thank you so much. The manufacturers, MSMEs, we do appreciate you. All our stakeholders. You know, when you have to follow Dangote, you can imagine how Dangote swallowed up our audience. Let me clap for Dangote again. So on this note, I want to invite the President, Mr. Michael Olawale Cole, for an opening speech. A round of applause, please. Permit me to correct myself, to introduce again the President of LCCI, Asiwaju Dr. Michael Olawale Cole. Please help me clap. Hallelujah. Thank you.
I don't think she has done anything wrong. I'm a mister. She didn't call me Mrs. So she's very, very correct. I mean, you've done nothing really wrong. All that is are titles, that's all. I want to acknowledge Engineer Felix Iyado, who's representing here the DG of SON. Also, our good friend who have been here for a while, Engineer Richard Adewumi, Director Marketing Services. Mr. Alashi Benjamin, representing the Lagos State Office of SON. Mrs. Musumola Samuel, Assistant Director, Marketing of SON. Back home, I want to recognize our Deputy President, Mr. Gabriel Dahosa, FCA, the Chairman of the Board and Vice President, Engineer Lekukoluyi, my sister, and other members of the Two Promotion Board who are here present. Our friends who have been invited, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to welcome everyone to the Standard Organization of Nigeria Special Day event holding at the ongoing 36th edition of the Lagos International Trade Fair. May I, on behalf of Council, Trade Promotion Board, and the entire membership of SCCI, thank you for coming here today to be part of this event. As with previous editions of the LITF, the generic theme, connecting businesses, creating value, is aimed at facilitating trade, commerce, and investment towards the advancement of modernization in Nigeria and engendering a high growth rate of the gross domestic product, GDP, and of course, promoting inclusive and sustainable economic development. This year's fair is specially packaged to showcase innovations in goods and services of indigenous and homegrown businesses and enterprises in Africa. Somebody just told me now that he's very impressed with what we're seeing here today because there are more of Nigerian businesses here than foreign businesses. And that to him was a good improvement, promoting our own people as against promoting businesses of other countries. But for us as a chamber, we'll promote Nigeria and others that come around for the trade fair. We are giving them, through this platform, opportunity of connecting with partners and investors across the world against the backdrop of the recalibration of global supply chains induced by the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as the Ukraine war and their concomitant economic difficulties for the global economy. There is a need to invent new methods and models of doing business. We therefore commend the role played by SON in promoting standards of goods fit for exports without rejection. Can you please acclaim SON? I thought it would have put you much earlier. I've been on my feet since 10 a.m. I hear for different companies, but I thought it would have put you much earlier so I can have more time for you because we are doing so much for Nigeria in the area of quality control. The overreaching goal of this year's fair is to create value by supporting the development aspirations of our exhibitors, including domestic investors, foreign investors, bilateral trade agencies, multinationals, conglomerates, and financial sector regulators. I confirm to you that the trade fair platform offers great mileage and opportunity for your organization. I wish to particularly commend the Managing Director of Standard Organization of Nigeria, SON, Malam Farouk A. Salim, for launching many programs to rid Nigeria of the scourge of bad and substandard products in the Nigerian market. The use of substandard building materials and fake vehicle parts have caused the death of many in recent times. This calls for more vigilance and enforcement of standards to reduce the menace of accidents and building collapse in Nigeria. We urge SON to embark on an aggressive campaign to create the needed awareness on fake products and how this can be detected by consumers. We also believe that it is more effective to stop fake products from entering our borders than searching for them within our territories. More of the work will be to prevent the entry of fake products into our land. But I'm sure that may not have to do only with SON. We may have to have a little collaboration with other agencies of government. The SCCI is proud to be associated with SON in its push for a stronger and more prosperous economy. I also confirm that this fair is enriched with extensive media content deployed across traditional and social media platforms to give more value to all participants. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am glad to welcome you all very warmly and very heartily to the SON Special Day at the 2022 Lagos International Trade Fair. Thank you all and God bless.
You can clap for Otumba again. Can appreciate Otumba for that well-delivered speech. Help me clap for Otumba, please. Asiwaju. Help me clap for Asiwaju, please. I'm giving Asiwaju double names, double titles, because we are expectant, sir. Good news. Yes, sir. So we want to indeed appreciate Asiwaju and then move to the next stage where we have the Director General, ably represented by our Director, Management System Certification, Engineer Felix Inyado, as he will give his welcome address. You're welcome, sir. Please keep clapping.
The President, Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, members of council here present, distinguished captains of industries, exhibitors here at these exhibitions, great Nigerians here present in this hall, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Director General of SON, I welcome you to this special day for SON this special Sunday at the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industries exhibition. The Director General of SON, Malam Farouk Salim, would have loved to be here personally to talk to us, but because of exigencies of job, he is far away from the country, attending to national interests in the US. And therefore, he has sent me to represent you. I want to use this opportunity to thank the Chamber for providing us with this platform to engage with Nigerians about what we do in Standards Organization of Nigeria. If you are not aware, Standards Organization of Nigeria is the Nigerian Golden Organization that has its root from the Constitution. It was established in 1971 with the sole mandate to improve life through standardization and quality assurance. That mandate up to today has not changed. What has changed is the various strategies we've adopted to realize this mandate. To some people, they see SON as an organization that deals with products only. Far from it. The organization deals with products and services. In short, it is engaged in all spheres of life that you can think of. Even the air you breathe, the organization still have to provide standards or what is acceptable standards for the quality of air that must be in Nigeria. So that gives you a little bit of to what extent the organizations affect your life. Like we said, the organization was set up to improve the lives of Nigeria through quality assurance and standardization. And so what are these new strategies we've adopted over the years now that is making us realize this mandate? The first one, which is the cardinal point of the mandate, is to standardize products and services in Nigeria. We've been able to establish a national standardization strategy for the country in which we work ahead of the country to identify areas of need where Nigerians need to standardize their products and be the first to take the products to the market in order for us to remain competitive. So we have a national standardization strategy in place. We have backup activities to realize those strategies. We have more than 300 technical committees established by the organization to carry out local standardization on products and services that requires Nigerians' attention. We equally have more than 50 national mirror committees that mirror the works of the international organizations for standardization. Example, ISO, IEC, those in communications and all that. These people actually engage the international world and bring to us free of charge what we have paid through research to the country to bring out what knowledge that should be available in the country in order for us to compete in the next 2, 3, 4 years that those products are expected to come out. The impact of these activities, especially at the National Mirror Committee, has been very, very helpful for those who are in the industries. You have informations, unlike before, where Nigerians adopt standards that has been done by other countries of the world. Now Nigerians have been given the opportunity to actually participate in the evolvement of those standards so that informations that are available to other climates or other parts of the world that makes them remain competitive ahead of us have been broken through the activities of SON. So right now, as we talk to you, Nigerian businesses, especially those in the information technology sector, are actually delivering real-time their products and services that the world needs in this next millennium. Equally, one of the strategies we've used is the strategy of quality assurance. In quality assurance, we have inspection services that we carry out. The manufacturers will know that very well, and those who are in the tourism sector will equally know that we send out our inspectors to look at the quality of your service to see whether you are actually providing your service in line with the requirement of the standard. The next other quality assurance activities we carry out is certification. We certify your products to enable you to compete with other countries of the world. The MANCA program that was offered to you, some people will think it's a Nigerian thing. The answer is no. The MANCA program we've offered you, if you get certified to it, we can assure you that your product will never be rejected by any part of the world. The Nigerian standards we are providing to you benchmark with International Standards Organization, or Organization for Standardization. So we are not giving you a substandard standard or guidelines. We are actually giving you a guidelines that benchmark with world best practice. So your compliance to all these standards that have been made available by Standards Organization enables you to compete when you carry out certifications on them. The other aspect of certification we do is the management system certification. For businesses, traders, manufacturers, if you want a partner that can help you improve on your business, the next partner you should contact is Standards Organization Management System Certification. We have outlined about 16 standards, global best standards for businesses, which companies in the country and some West African country ascribe to. We've been able to certify close to about 500 businesses in Nigeria to these global world best standards. What are the feedbacks from those who own these standards? The feedback using those certifications is that their business improved. They've been able to compete well with their competitors. They've been able to put a sustainable way of doing their business. More importantly, the threat of business continuity does not affect them because the standards has provided them avenue in which they can hold on to crisis and deal with the crisis and be on top of the crisis when they arise in their business. And so these 500 companies we've told you, they will outlive the owners. These are the kind of services SON give. If you want to establish a family business that will outlive you, choose one of the standards, especially the quality management system standard. When you imbibe all the philosophies and principles stated in that standard, and you carry them out religiously, your business will grow from strength to strength. Those were the little principles that were used by the Liver brothers we've seen today, the PZ we've seen today. For goodness sake, they all started as one-man business. And today they are multinationals. We are glad to midwife multinationals in this country. Dangote, you may still see it as a one-man company, but it's actually a multinational. And Dangote, we started with them from day one of their service. And you can see the extent in which they've grown. We in Son can tell you wholeheartedly that we have a hand in their progress. Equally, we have calibration services as part of our service offering in Son. Sometimes, when you don't measure your equipment as a businessman, you may cheat the consumer, or you may be cheated by the consumer. So, participating in or ensuring that your measuring equipments are calibrated using Son services will ensure that you neither cheat consumers, because if a consumer becomes aware that he has been cheated, you can be rest assured that you will be sued. Gone are those days where there were scarcity of lawyers. We have lawyers all over the country that are seeking for job. And so, if you cheat, you will be sued. Equally, if you don't cheat and you don't calibrate your equipment, you may give the quantity you were supposed to provide to the consumer. If it is 50 kg, you may be giving it at 52 kg because your equipment was not calibrated. That way, who is losing? You are losing 2 kg. If that translates into thousands of bags that you produce, you can see the amount of money you are losing. Equally in Sun, we offer training services on standards. So it's not just that a standard has been produced. If you are not part of those who elaborated that standard, you may not be able to understand the philosophy and the spirit behind the implementation of that standard. And so it's not just only providing you with the standard, but equally providing you with how to implement that standard. So in SON training services, we have that facility to interpret the standards to you, guide you on how to implement it in your system so that you can realize your profit and optimal gain that is expected from your business. Equally in Sun, we are the apex metrology institute of the country. So we actually carry out scientific metrology on behalf of the country. So for those of you who are into calibration, if you go to our office in Enugu, where the National Metrology Institute is, you can trace your measuring instrument from the national standards, primary standards that is seated there. That institute has cost some close to 10 billion naira to make, and we are still working on it. We are not tired because it is one critical component of a national quality infrastructure for the country. We want to make it the best national metrology institute in Africa and use it as a benchmark in trading based on the African Continental Free Trade Zone activity. As we talk to you, countries like Liberia, Gambia, Ghana, we are doing interlaboratory comparison to ensure that our standards is at top of what it should be. We equally carry out enforcement activities. Because if you do a standard and you don't enforce the standard, then the effort that has been made in trying to evolve that standard will be useless. A standard may be about 25 pages. But what you don't understand is that it has cost Nigeria, it has cost businesses that participate in the involvement of the standards close to about 90 million for you to bring out one small pamphlet of 25 pages of work. So that standard, some people will confuse it and say SON standard. No, it is not SON standard. It's Nigerian Industrial Standard. It's a standard actually created by the stakeholders for the operation of their business. SON is only a secretariat. So if you attend the technical committee meetings that we do, you will just discover that SON is just there to take note and guide you on the structure of what a standard should be. So when we say Nigeria Industrial Standard, it's actually stakeholders' agreement in that sector to say this is the way we want to carry out the business in our sector. So we only come in to enforce it. Because within the Nigerian metro arena, it is only when somebody comes out with a big stick to enforce that these things take place. But in other climes, it is regulatory within the stakeholders that evolve that standard. They regulate themselves. It's internal regulations they use. But in Nigeria, we are still evolving. SON has to fill that gap, but ensuring that we enforce that standard. We equally carry out market surveillance. across the country. Our market surveillance activity will benchmark with the ECOWAS, because the ECOWAS community expects us to provide them with information on goods in our country that have been tested and confirmed to be substandard. So in order to do that, you may discover that when SON say they are coming to visit your factory, you do window dressing. You do the things right that day. But maybe when they leave, you start doing their things their old way. This market surveillance activity curbs that excess of you, because we are more interested in the results that we get in the market than the results we get in the factory. It is actually the results we get from the market that we use in certifying you. It is the results we get from the market that we use in prosecuting you in case you violate the standard. And so, one other vital component of a quality infrastructure that a country needs to compete is the issue of testing. In SON, we've provided the country with 42 standards laboratories at Ogba, where products that are manufactured in the country could be tested at a price less than 10% of what it would have cost you to test if you have to use other laboratories. And so we provided you backup services in order to ensure that your business grows. Equally, the Director General has approved for the establishment of 9 additional laboratories across the various regions. These laboratories are set up principally to address the commodities and products that comes out of that region. We do know that the issue of quality control in factories are very capital intensive. And that is why government, through SON, is ensuring that that particular issue that can actually stop you from producing is taken care of by government. So I call upon all of us to patronize our laboratory. You will get value for money. You will be able to, you can use the same laboratory at Ogba in doing your product design, product research, and whatever things you can do. Equally for the academia, the laboratory has top-edge equipment that are current. You know, as standards organization, we cannot go for substandard equipment. We go for current equipment. And because we see these current equipments being elaborated as standards right from the point of is being conceived. And so as the product lands into the market, we are among the first to purchase those products into our arsenal. Why? The taste of a consumer changes every 4 years or 5 years. So a standard is expected to change every 5 years. And when this standard changes, new elements are introduced by the customer. Therefore, enabling us to change our way and accommodate those new preferences by the customer. And so, in SON, in order to serve you better, we have established 42 state offices around the country. In Lagos alone, we have 3 state offices. One is at Amuwo Odofin, the other one is at Lekki, and one is at Victoria Island. These 3 state offices are being established to be nearer to you and for them to provide you with the necessary service you can do. Any problem you have in your business, ask on. We are a solution provider. The only thing we cannot do for you is to provide you with finance. But any other information or technical issues that your business require, ask SON. We have solutions for that. And so on that note, I want to thank you And I want to appreciate and equally inform the president that his directive to Son, we heard him right. We are going to chew it and ensure that what he has asked us to do to enable Nigerian businesses to be proactive, competitive, and viable, we are going to ensure that we do that. So on that note, I want to thank you for your time, and once more, welcome to Sons Day again. Thank you very much.
You can do better. Please help me appreciate my Director General. Let me do more, do more, do more. Clap for my Director General. You want me to be retained on the job? Clap, clap, clap. Thank you. My Director General has said a lot. Look around you. What in the whole world is without standards? Is there anything you can touch that does not require standards? Even the air you breathe. On that note, I want to invite our drama group that just wants to showcase a bit of what standards should be. And of course, let me appreciate the mannequin. Clap for the mannequins. They've been standing for quite a while now. It's not even shaking. Drama group, are you coming on board? We don't have that leisure. Wow.
Buy a lotto fun. Buy a lotto fun. Come and buy us here. Why you won't come near me now? Buy a lotto fun, yeah? Come buy them here. Lotto fun here, live at Lagos International Trade Fair. Lagos. Wait. How you dey? Wetin you dey say? Tell me.
We carry the best blender come for this Lagos National Trade Fair.
You carry the best blender come.
Best one.
I know say na Lagos International Trade Fair we dey.
4 years guarantee.
Wait, make I see something. You get wetin I dey find? They turn am for me. They turn am all around. Turn am front and back, up and down. Turn am, do am like this again. Do am, I dey come. Wait, oga abeg, wetin you dey sell abeg? Na farm be this. You no need to turn am o. You no need to turn this one because e get wetin I dey see for here wey no dey for here. Wait, e get wetin I dey see for my brother products wey no dey for here. Wait, e get wetin dey happen now. You know say na Nigeria we dey. And e get people wey dey do special day. And their name na Standard Organization of Nigeria. You don hear am before? Wait. Anything wey you dey sell for Nigeria, wey you know say, hold am for me, wey you know say e no dey registered under SON. My brother, I sorry for you. Yes, SON, Standard Organization of Nigeria. Any product wey dey for this country, wey you know say you dey sell, make you better make sure say you register am under SON. If you no dey registered, very soon, very soon, you go carry am go back to your village. Okay, ma tell you as you go take register now. You see this company now, this SON, this organization wey dey see so, you no need to go far too much. Dem dey inside Lagos International Trade Fair Complex. Yes, we dey for all one. As you dey enter for more enquiries wey you know say you wan know. This your product wey no get the logo of SON. Carry am now, make you dey go inside SON stand. You hear wetin I tell you, ba? Oya, direct, no dey go SON, sharp.
Wake up, collect your money. Wake up, collect your money. Wake up, fuera, coca camola. Wake up, con mi coca. Don't walk, you don't try. You supposed to be try. You look happy, but I say my dog, but see what I'm man. When I land softly on the sofa, so good. On me, by Joe, let me see you. Let me see you. Let me go. Let me see you, let me see you. Let me go. Let me see you, let me see you.
Wow, can you hear me clap for them again? If you can do what they did, don't clap. But if you cannot do what they've done here, clap and do it well. Thank you so much. We appreciate the drama group. Thank you so much. Because we at Standards Organization of Nigeria, we are always poised to serve you better. The whole essence of our existence is to serve Nigeria and to make sure that we are recognized globally. How do we do it without getting feedbacks from you? So I want to invite the director. He's the director in charge of marketing, but probably we should call him the director in charge of feedbacks, Engineer Richard Adewumi, to listen, to engage you, and to answer your questions. Sir, let me clap for him, please.
I want to stand on the existing protocol. I want to thank the chambers for giving us the opportunity and this platform. It's important to us and we appreciate it. Thank you, sirs, and we look forward to collaborating with you more. We appreciate you. For us, a lot of things happen in Nigeria, but one thing I can tell you, Nigerians have taken standards for granted. But every day in your life, you are involved in one standard activity or the other, which you take for granted. Take, for example, sir, when you want to buy your suit, what size did you use? 42. If somebody brings 43 for you, will you buy? Why? Because you know 42, you can tighten your belt and to be smart, your neck will be okay, everything will be fine. But you have forgotten there is a standard that talks about for a 42 size, this should be the wideness of the chest, this should be the length, this should be everything. So you are taking it for granted. You call somebody from UK, please, when you are coming, buy a suit of 42 size for me, and you are so sure it's going to be your size. That is the work of standard. Can you clap for son? Otherwise, the next time you buy a shoe of 43, you will discover that one leg will size you, the other leg will. And I want to ask you some questions. When last did you go to supermarket and then you want to do shopping and you are looking at the content or what the information, product information of that product? How many of us do that here? A lot of us have eaten expired rice. You have eaten expired sardine. Why? Because you are in a hurry. You just go to the shelf, push your trolley. You are just dumping them. 2 weeks ago, I went to a supermarket. I saw they were price, and I saw it is November 30th, 2022. And I called the attention to it that this thing will so expire. You know what? I went there last week. They have cleaned up the November 2022. There was no expiring date again. So there is no need buying such a thing. So I plead with you in order to appreciate the work of standard. When you go to supermarkets, don't be in a hurry to buy expired thing. Don't be in a hurry to buy poison. Because the work has been done for you, all you need is information. We will insist before you buy it. I have seen a lot of people who travel to America, and then you will buy an electrical appliance, you get to your house, you plug it, boom. You say, what is son doing? The voltage in America is 110. Nigerian voltage is 220. And you came and you plug it. What do you expect? The equipment will go off. And that is why you must buy made in Nigeria product. Because it has been designed for our weather. It has been customized ruggedly so that you can use it. And so I'm marketing made in Nigeria product to you because we go there regularly to see what they are doing, inspect, and ensure they comply with the requirement of standard. So the only way to encourage us and to encourage them is to patronize it. Somebody went to the market and then he saw bulb. They laid down at Oshodi. Bulb, 10 naira. He was just coming from a supermarket. He saw the same bulb. They said it is 1,000 naira. And when he saw naira, he carried his nylon bag, started packing bulb there. When he got home, he climbed the ladder, plugged the first one, then switched it to the boom. He climbed the ladder, the second one there. He came out, he went up. He said, what is son doing? They said it is 1,000 naira in the supermarket. You saw a 10 naira and you bought it. And you say, what is son doing? Number one, if there are no buyers, very soon it will give up. As long as you patronize those substandard products, which we all know, I can tell you, we find a way, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., by boat, they will bring it to Nigeria. So consumers are majorly the enforcer of standard. When you check it, they will look. Next time, I'll try it again. When I entered this place, I'm just trying to enumerate some of the great works on I've done. I started looking at this place. I saw all the energy-saving bulb that I saw here, and I said, please help me appreciate the LCCI. It is very important. But behind what you are saying is years to ensure that we are migrating from inefficient bulb to energy-saving bulb. And so today, proudly, you can now say you have reduced your energy zone by almost 20% by introducing some of this energy using. Very soon, I'm sure the next time I come, I will see inverter AC here of your generator, and then you begin to enjoy burning out of diesel. If you start reduce burning of diesel, you are contributing to mitigation of climate change. Can we clap for LCCI? Because next year they will do all of that. And so numerous things that Son has been doing. And in order to even get more feedback for you, we have our inquiry card. Any of those things that you want to know, just whisper to our officers there. They will give you the card, fill the card, get back the information to us. We will call you, we will interact with you so that we will know areas where you want us to improve on, the challenges that you have, and they will be able to do it to you. And I'm sure maybe there are 1 or 2 persons that will have questions here. We'll be ready to entertain those questions. I know we have limited time. I also want to tell you that SON is 50 years old. Can you help me appreciate standards of Nigeria? By November 26th, we are going to our anniversary. We are going to appreciate a lot of stakeholders. To have a book launch, a chronicle SON achievement over the years and what we have done successfully. We are going to invite us and wine with us. I'm sure the executive here will gladly oblige us. So I am excited to you before we come with the formal invitation. We are come and celebrate 50 years of SON. We've done a lot, and then we can only join us. And if you want to advertise in our book, is still open. We want to advertise LCCI. We want to collaborate with you because we believe there are quite a lot of Nigerian companies that are not here today that should be here. Everybody should know about them. Because of that, between 26th and the 31st of November, December, we are going to have exhibition of certified made in Nigeria products. Just come to Lagos Television, all the companies that we have certified, you will have opportunity to have access to their products, interact with them, ask questions, and work with this product. Because we have mentored quite a lot of them. I remember when I was young in SON, we went to a factory, they were producing cable, and then when they produced their cable aluminum conductor, they wind everything together, but that is not the technology. I asked the MD, I said, please, does this machine rotate both directions? He said, yes. He said, why? I said, because what you are doing is wrong. He said, how do I do it? I said, the first layer goes to the right. The second layer goes to the left. And I will tell you the problem. I said, cut one of the things you have produced. I said, try to remove one of the strands. As soon as you remove one strand, all of them fall off. He said, hey, now wow. I said, if you have wound it the way standard has specified, first layer this, the next layer this, the third layer this, you continue like that, it will tighten up, and then you will have a good quality cable. And then they said, Oga, don't go. Wait, we will try one so that you will see tomorrow. I waited overnight. When I got there the following morning, they have done what I told them, and then, wow. Say, we get problem now. All this while the thing will just scatter. Can you clap for son? That's what we do for you. We are not there to close your factory. We are there to encourage you. No matter how little you start, we can make you big. If you are not afraid to come to us, we will work with you. We will encourage you. I hope that our director has also, the DG has talked about some of our certification process, and I'm going to also come and campaign to the LCCI on event management standard. Because if you don't implement standard, you will not be able to tell us what we have achieved. Certification must be done by LCCI. You are going to be our first certified organization in Nigeria. I will ensure that we will back you up with everything, so that by this time next year, just like I came to endorse Dangote, I will be endorsing LCCI as the first certified company to event management, because you are the biggest event management in Lagos, even in Nigeria. Can you help me call for SCCI? Maybe I should give people a chance to also ask questions if you have questions. Anybody that wants to clarify anything you want to ask questions, we are here to respond to your question. But more importantly, henceforth, like I said to you, before you see, our psyche has been changed in Nigeria. When you want to change your spare part, they will say Tokumbo that is better. Why do we patronize Tokumbo? Because the people have it, they want you to buy it. So from today, when they tell you it's Tokumbo, tell them it is new. If you don't test this as new, you will never know it is good. I have changed my steering pump for how many times? Each time they say buy Tokumbo. Somebody will enter shop, clean it up, and then put engine oil there. I will buy it in 1 week. It will serve me. After 1 week, the hand will be stiff. Until I tried new one, I never knew it was a lie. So ladies and gentlemen, encourage standard, patronize new product. If anybody tells you it's bad, let me try it first. Otherwise, you will be imprisoned by somebody's manipulation. Product that are certified, they will say it is Tokumbo you must buy. It is not true. Try made in Nigeria product. Look out for the certification mark. You will never regret. Any question? Yes, sir.
The problem of substandard products are very serious in Nigeria. I think the organization, should make it a situation that's totally intolerable by advertising phone numbers where people can call when they find anybody selling substandard products. You need to advertise on TV all these phone numbers and put stickers here and there so that those selling it will know that people can easily communicate the fact that they are selling some standard products to your organization. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If you look at what I have here, you will see we have a toll-free line, and if you visit our website, you go to our social media, all these informations are there. Just go to our website. You can register your complaint on our website. We will get back to you in less than 24 hours, and then we'll be able to deal with it. We have free throw line, not just ordinary line, free on that line. Nigerians don't complain. They will just, have you ever bought a product, receipt, and goods not returned after purchase? How many of you have seen it? It is all over the market. And so when you go back and say, oh God, this thing is not working, you know, see waiting there right there. They say good not returnable after purchase. You enter into contract when you are signing that receipt. They know what they are doing. But even if they have written that there, come to us. We will still get redress through us. We've done it severally, and we are ready to do it over and over. For substandard product, yes, you know, you will always I want to get this thing to the market, of course. I've introduced the SunCap scheme, which a lot of us are aware of. What is SunCap? All you do is that before you bring any product to Nigeria, it will be sampled. That batch you want to import will be sampled, tested by an accredited lab, and until they confirm that it's okay, they will not be issued with SunCap certificate. That is the permission you have to bring in that product into Nigeria market. But because we also tie from M of CBN, what has Nigeria done? They will carry cash so that they can bypass from M, carry cash to China, buy the product, and ship it to Nigeria. I was in China going on inspection, and after presenting the challenge we have to the Chinese, and then they were talking to me, and I said, yeah, well, let's start going. We were in, I saw a truck to Shanghai port, a lot of carton. On that truck, they wrote made in Nigeria on the carton. In China, it has not got into our market. It's already made in Nigeria. And so watch out for it. When you see somebody say design and develop, that is fake. They say design and develop in Japan. You know where that Japan is already. Every good product manufacturer will be proud to put its country of origin there. But a lot of it, you also discover that when you buy some of the product, the original carton is inside. There is another carton they have put it. Until you remove what is inside the carton of carton, that you will know exactly what it is. And those are some of the experience that we have. And so please, I urge us, any other question? Yes, please.
Thank you very much, sir. My name is Deji Balogun. I'm a media practitioner. Yes, we have seen the toll-free number and the website address on the roll-up banner. But if we are not here, we wouldn't know.
We are not?
If we were not here, we wouldn't know.
All right.
So SON has to do more in terms of advocacy, especially through the social media, in which the target audience practically lives. That's number one. Right. Number two is that even if it is next year's budget, I don't know if you've gone to the National Assembly, that you invest some money on media advocacy so that we can know. You see, this issue of goods bought cannot be returned is between the Consumer Rights Protection Agency and SON. Then the issue of prohibited measures. You know you are winning now because you went to the market, you went public, and you are showing us, we were seeing. So please, it is money, and also it's also reaching the people, making the people understand, in the language they understand, that SON is there for us. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate what you have just said. You agree with me that going to the press is not that cheap. We have two electronic boards in Lagos here. Each of them is 20 million per, per annum. And then we are also on the social media. We have our social media, we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, all of the social media, we are there. But one thing I find out is that anything that is not profitable physically or materially to people, they don't seem to have much interest. If you have bought some bags of rice here to share, those that are not even interested in this thing we are discussing, we fill up this place. And so Nigerians should begin to look beyond what profits you physically, but what will eventually help you to live a better life. I tell people, too many things you take for granted. Any question? Too many things for granted. We must deal with them. Yes, please. Somebody here.
Thank you. My name is Thank you. My name is Adewale Bashir. By all standard of the last questions, I still want you to really see some point. Okay. If you remember the source why we gave the late NAFDAC chairperson, Aguera, is because she was a victim indirectly, and that brought passion. Now, this issue we are talking about is, if you look at the stakeholder of the entire thing, what's in it, is the customer. And the customer, if they are well aware, if you look at us, customer protection unit, as well as you need to collaborate to work very well. But however, just like what he said, if you look at Nigerian population, youth are more populated than any other. And they need to be communicated at the way they will understand. I would suggest, and this is the best way the advocacy can go on, ordinary bloggers, some other, employing them. Don't even give it to anybody. Create a system there. Because consistently, you need to change the mindset of people. And when you're able to change the mindset, habits will change, will automatically shift. You see, when the habit of human refuse to change, there is no change you bring out. You can go to anywhere. We see, but what is the best and the quick way is to communicate to the heart of people through their, we have seen it all over now. Phone is one of the tools that you can reach people. On Blogger, you see communication going cheaply. Just create in your own office a department that can reach out every time. You will see that you even reach more people than go to television or any other newspaper. And you'll be able to achieve the goal within shortest time. Thank you.
I thank you very much, because currently you observe that some of you must have been receiving our email marketing message. We are doing the Google ad and then coupled with the blog this thing. All of those things are already there, except that maybe we have not moved as fast as we should. And I assure you, in the years ahead, next year particularly, a lot of money will be devoted to achieve that, because we have looked at the demography. The youth need to know a lot about this. We had a program with the children, and then we began to talk to them about what they should tell their parents they look out for when they go to supermarket. All of them, when they were responding, they were so happy that before now, mommy will just go and be beginning to throw things in the trolley. They themselves. But after those discussions, they are getting better. And that's why we are beginning to have group engagement, sectorial engagement, talking to people that can help us. We will not stop doing that. We will increase the speed so that we can reach out to everyone. And so I believe this is the last question. I appreciate you, sir. Your feedback is well taken. And we want to say thank you to everybody. You see now, the church changed us, so they don't want us to talk now. Give us some time. Thank you, thank you. Clap for the women. You are talking.
Good afternoon, that is her mommy. My own question is that I'm into this local bags weaving. Do I need SON to continue the bags, or what is the work of SON concerning my own bags?
Let me tell you something. there are things you do and you don't know there are better ways to do them. And if you do it, just use your head knowledge. But you will realize there are some group of experts that have taken their time. There are some good experts that have taken their time and said, this bag you are producing, if you do it this way, it will be stronger, it will last longer, it will be more acceptable, the aesthetic will be okay. So there is always a document that guides you, we call it standard. If you don't even understand the standard, we can get people to interpret it to you. We will mentor you, and then you begin to tell people proudly, I am sure the quality of my bag. You understand? And that is the beauty of patronizing son, whatever you are doing. We will help and guide you. And then you can say, I am NIS certified. You might be the first bag manufacturer that will have man cap. Let me clap for her.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Falake.
Right.
Please, may we know, we have NAFDAC in Nigeria. We also have SON. Can we know their differences in their functions? The difference in their functions. NAFDAC and SON.
All right. One thing, if you look at the act setting up SON, it gives us the power to regulate all products and services in Nigeria. The NAFDAC also, the act also allowed them to deal with the issue of drugs in Nigeria. But let me also tell you, NAFDAC regulates. We produce standard and certify. If I want to certify this man that doesn't move, I will look at from head to toe what makes him this person. Has he complied with the standard? But if I want to act as a regulator, I will take a specific parameter that if this beer has grown too much, it is not safe. I can pick just a parameter. Take, for example, I can say in your salt, the iodine content is what I'm looking for, and then I will regulate the safety. But if I'm doing it for salt as a standard organization, we will look at all the things that may cause the store salt, and then we will tell you this is the percentage that must be there, this is the percentage that must be there, and all of it listed out. We will not just take one parameter. And you also observe that regulations are taken out of standard. What the standard say, you bring out your regulation from that. If I say this iodine content must not be more than this percentage, I can make it a regulation. If I carry your salt and I see there is iodine there, if the percentage of iodine in that salt is not up to that amount, I will seize your iodine as a NAFDAC person. But if I take it as a standards organization, I will look at all the contents that make up the salt and say, this is not there, this is not there, this is there. You understand? And each of them, we will test it and check the percentage like your soap and all of that. And that is what we do. So we are not even going to anybody's territory. Everybody is doing his job. And you will agree with me, your safety is better protected by more than one person. If he misses it, this other person sees it. I think it is safer for us as a nation. And that is the practice worldwide. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you very much, sir. One last thing before I invite the chairman of the TPB is to humbly invite the president, Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, to make a presentation to SON on behalf of the chamber. Mr. President, sir.
This is the catalog of all participating at this trade fair. So we'll give this to you for now. But later, I think at the end of the trade fair, you'll be having a certificate that you had a special day here, and that you can glisten in your office to show that you took part in this program. But for now, with this, you have access to all the companies that are here present. Congratulations.
Yep. On behalf of the President, Council, and member of Trade Promotion Board of Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, I wish to express our gratitude to the leadership of Standard Organization of Nigeria for being part of us. I don't want to be sentimental because nearly everyone that spoke from Son, either engineer A, engineer B, engineer C, and engineer D is not having the microphone. One, Lagos Chamber have been around for 134 years. Son have been around for 50 years. Both of us, we have to learn something with ourselves. And I can tell you, on quality management, that is management, quality management, in the whole Africa, our chamber is satisfied SO 9001, 2015. The challenge you gave to us, we will see you later. But let me tell you, you make the standard, we make the regulation. I remember some 1989, I was part of the committee that do the wiring regulation for all building in Nigeria using your standard. Having said that, what you are seeing here is being streamed live in different handles. When my colleague was telling you that you need the youth, that was why I say we can collaborate. You can imagine for a 134-year-old organization, still talking to the youth. Just a few months ago, we have what we call ICT. You need to up your game with us. We have 26 different groups in the chamber. All your manufacturer, all your consumer, all your distributor are within the chamber. We need to collaborate. You need to sponsor. We need to carry your message. I can tell you we are the best vehicle that can carry your message to the last mile. Once again, on behalf of Nigeria, you have been doing a great job. Anyone that uses your standard, we know your standard is the best. The cable industry in Nigeria today is the best in the whole world. It is those that do not pass through you that will have problems. The good work you have been doing, please continue. On behalf of all of us, we say thank you very much. By next year, 2nd of November, Friday 2023, 3rd of November to 12th of November, Friday 2023, we will all be here. Then you as a sponsor of this event. Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you very much, sir. On that note, Please, shall we rise? Sorry, we are inviting you to join us by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning for the African Day. There are at least 5 African countries that are taking part in that event. It starts at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. The Nigerian National Anthem. God bless Nigeria. You are invited to the SON Pavilion where you can engage and face more with the officers of SON. See you tomorrow. God bless you all. God bless Nigeria.